JoJo started recording. You wanna know why? Okay, let me tell y'all a story about a young Vladimir
I'll mute myself so I
who
don't
went
laugh.
mid lane. No. You were there. You're free to talk.
But senpai, I'm editing.
Anyways, we talk about the story of a young Vladimir who went middle. You know, he goes middle, gets himself a kill, he dies, you know, he comes back, he gets ganked when he dies again, but he's like, okay, I got ganked, whatever. He goes back in lane, constantly gets ganked, and about time the game ends, he's 2-10, and we pretty much lost the game already. And he tells the support, why didn't you ward anything? Now, let me tell you about this support. This support was bot lane the whole time, warding, calling out MIAs, and Vladimir just had no map awareness. And some of the story, this Vladimir was a fucking noob, and I was the support. And now, point of the story is, Vladimir was talking all sorts of trash about how supports need to ward and how no one else had to ward. Comes from the guy who gets ganked constantly mid lane and wonders why he's getting ganked. Maybe if he brought a ward, might would have said, buy a ward, save a life. That's just number one rule. Buy a ward, save a life. You don't buy a ward, well,
you die.
You might die. Possibility. And so let me just get this point out here right now. Everyone should buy wards. I don't care if you're the carry. I don't care if you're the top laner. Everyone buys wards. Wanna know why I say this? Because as I play ADC, if I see my support struggling and he can't get any wards, and he doesn't buy wards, I will literally, if I have to go back, I will literally go back, buy a couple wards, come right back in my lane. You wanna know why? Because you buy wards, you get vision. You get vision, you don't get ganked as often. And when they do gank, you have vision, so you get to move out the way. But Flavor doesn't understand that concept. When I go top lane, I thought I would for rejuvenation or a charm thingy that's 180, depending on if I'm going AP or AD top lane. I buy myself a couple of wards, 2 wards, and 4 pots, okay? So depending on the pot, I might buy 3 pots in a mana pot, or like 2 mana pots, 2 pots, whatever. You get 4 pots, 2 wards, and one of the 180 items. You get that. You go in lane. You wanna know why you go in lane? Because you don't get ganked. Because as a top laner, that jungle will probably hug top or mid lane, and I'm not gonna get ganked. You wanna know why? Because I want to have a 1v1 lane. I don't want to sit here worried about the jungler hiding in a bush jumping on me, and I'm getting killed and I start feeding my lane. I don't do that. When I go mid, what I do, by the same thing I just said, I buy not the rejuvenation bead, but I buy the charm, 2 pots, and 2 wards and my pots. Wanna know why I buy my 2 wards? I put my ward in one of the 2 bushes, the left or right, doesn't matter. But normally what I do, like if I know that the jungler started blue, I put it in the bush by the red, and I will hug that bush. I will be around that bush farming. You wanna know why? Because if a Lee Sin comes in the gank, I'll be able to see him. I get to move out the way. I don't die. But if you don't put a ward down, the Lee Sin might kick you, come in, pop his little area effect, and you might die. And you can't blame anyone for it. You can't be, jungler didn't call MIA on the jungler. Reported for being noob. Yeah. You just can't do that. And like I said, no matter what role, even as a jungler, I buy wards. You wonder why I want to buy wards as a jungler? Because say you're ganking top lane and your blue's on the other side of the map, and your blue just came up. The other jungler might know that your blue came up, and since you're on the other side of the map, they might go do your blue. You know what? You know how I feel when jungler come in my jungle? I don't appreciate that. You know what I do to jungler come in my jungle? I fuck them up. I make sure they never touch my jungle again. They don't even come for the raid. They don't even do that. Nope. I don't allow that in my jungle. And I ward my blues and my reds when I'm not there, because you don't know if the other jungler might come and take them. And And if you want to be a really effective jungler, you ward the other you ward their blues and reds, so you know their timers. You know when they come up, and you know when they're doing it. And you know what? You don't even have to ward. You don't even have to ward a buff. You can ward the area around the buff if you don't feel comfortable going in their jungle. You can just ward the entrances. That way you're helping your bot, your top, and your mid lane out at the same time. Because when they come for the entrances, you can see if where they're going. Like they may be going to gank mid, but you'll be able to see them. So you can ping that, tell your mid lane to get out of dodge. That saves a life. Buys a ward, saves a life. It just that simple. And to all of the people who think, oh, I'm ADC, I don't need to buy wards. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. Now let me tell you why you're wrong. Because when you're putting land by yourself and you don't want to get caught, you get caught and you die because you didn't ward. Put a ward down. You find out when they're coming. You get out of dodge. You don't die. It's just that simple. And like I don't get what goes through the people's minds. The people who get ganked constantly. If I get ganked once in my lane, when I die, I buy wards. You wanna know why? 'Cause I don't want to get ganked. And like I just don't. I don't understand why people. I don't understand. And then blaming the support for not warding is the worst thing you can do. You wanna know why? Because support had the toughest job in the game. Support had the toughest job. That's a lie. Supports have to babysit their ADC, babysit other people in all chat, because we can all chat. Oh, people love to complain in all chat. Report him for this. Report her for that. Like, you have to babysit them. You have to babysit your ADC. You have to babysit everyone else. You have to ward. You have to take everyone's complaints into consideration. And you have no time for you. Like, support, I want some me time. And you're basically a bitch. Basically a bitch, Any like a support job is a bitch role, pretty much. And let me get this straight right now. I'm nobody's bitch, okay? I will tell you it nice and simple. I'm nobody's bitch. You wanna know why? Because let an ADC talk trash to me, tell me that I'm bad, I will go help mid. Like I literally had this game where like I was supporting this. I think it was like a Twitch or whatever. I don't know. He was bad, but he complained about me taking farm. I took like 5 farm to 45. That was like by auto attack. Like I wasn't even trying to take the farm. And he complains and bitches. So you know what I did? I said, fuck you. I went mid, helped mid get a kill. And then Twitch wondering, report my support for not being a support and taking CS. And people are looking like, the freaking Fretch has 5 tiers. Are you kidding me right now? Like, no one cares about your bitching in all chat. All chat bitching will not work unless someone's AFK. Oh, and no one cares. If you say report Nilly for feeding, the person who got fed not gonna report. It's gonna be like, no. I'm glad you fed me. Like, they're not gonna report for someone feeding. Like, you kidding me? Only time getting into a sympathy is when they're AFK. Only time. And that sometimes even goes on a thin line too, but that's a topic, no topic. But supports don't take no bitching from people. And other people, if you see that there's no ward on Baron or no ward on Dragon, you can tell the support to start warding these places, but like you can tell them that, but buy yourself a couple of wards then. If you see the support struggling to ward key areas, you buy wards and do it yourself. Now, I know it's annoying, but it's better than having not warded and you complaining to the support about it, and then meanwhile at Baron, they're doing Baron, and like it annoys me when people complain about the support and warding when they don't buy wards. Like if you really want that thing warded so bad, what's so hard about going back, buying 2 wards for 150? 150! And mind you, you get all the farm in a row while the support gets none. You get all the farm in a row. The support gets 0. And you tell me you have a problem with buying wards and putting them down in places? You kidding me right now? You have to be kidding me, because buying a ward for 150, buying two ward for 150. Like, it's not even that difficult of a thing to do. Buy a couple wards, put them wherever you want to put them. You're not just helping yourself. You're helping the whole team by doing it. So I don't understand the concept of that. And I don't know why people have this obsession with supports are the only ones who need the ward, because that is certainly not the case. And supports have it really rough because they have to deal with all of this because support doesn't get their ADC fed. Oh, report the support. I didn't get fed. Oh, the support doesn't ward one area. Like, report the support for not warding. And it's just like supports get blamed for everything. And me, as a support, I don't take that from nobody. Unless I know for a fact that I'm feeding, I will not take any bullshit from other people, okay? Because you wanna what? I know I'm doing my job right. And like, I'm not gonna take that. And I had a 25-minute rant about this, but video issues happened. I don't know. But just hope you guys understand the main point of the topic. Just ward, please. Just ward and don't be toxic. Toxic people are what ruined this game. And then this Vladimir, who we're talking about, it, the carry can't afford to ward. No. You know what, actually, let me keep going. He said carries can't afford to ward. You're telling me, person... Let me get the coke off here. Let me get the coke on. You're telling me the person who gets the most farm in the game can't afford to buy a couple of wards and put them down. That's what you're trying to tell me. Meanwhile, the support who had what, 10 CS and works basically off of assists and welfare. Honestly, the supports work off of like assists alone. That's pretty much all you get. And destroying other people's wards, which is like what, 15 gold. Like, you can't telling me that support had to ward everything with as little gold as possible, but an ADT who get the most farm in the game normally cannot spend 150 to buy 2 wards. Are you kidding me right now? Like, let me give you the straight face, the fucking side face, the face palm, everything, because if a support can buy so many wards and a carry can't buy 2, can't afford to buy 2 for 150, you should just uninstall the game, please, because I don't want to ever have someone on my team as an ADC tell me some bullshit like that, because like I said, I've done it before. I will literally leave bot lane. I will literally go middle, help me get a kill, go top. I will literally do a jungler job because I won't take that. As a support, I will not take that. And any other support who is warding, helping their ADC get kills, and doing their job properly, don't take trash from anyone. Because I certainly am not a bitch. Like, I will nurture my ADC. I will treat him with care and love. But if my ADC said some bullshit to me, I'm walking another lane. Like, I will literally start jungling. Jungler might get pissed off at me. I'm sorry, Jungler. I'm not about to take his bullshit. You better help him. I'm not going to. Like, I'm not gonna help someone who's like, oh my god, AD, oh my god, support. Why are you taking my CS? Meanwhile, he has 45. You have 5. Oh, and he's bitching about taking 5 CS so you can buy, no, he bitches about this so you can buy a sight zone to ward because you know he gonna complain about warding. Like, it's literally a little situation with supports, and like, I don't take any trash from these people because I certainly will not. You certainly shall not. And the thing for supports ward guys, and with supports, when you ward, you gotta ward nice key areas, like, the tribe rush in their around their tower. You know, you can get always vision ward the key objective like dragon and baron and stuff like that. Always vision ward those. So when you see the other person put a ward down, you need to take it out. And thing for junglers, junglers should be on that same tip. Now junglers should be on that same tip. Not gonna lie, I need to work on it too because I don't do it all the time. But junglers, that dragon, that is your dragon. That is not the other jungler dragon. That is yours. That is your dragon to take when you feel like it. So you know what? You need to slap a ward down there. You wanna know why? Because that is yours. Like I said, that is your buff. That is your gold. You don't let the other team take your dragon. That's like me giving my blue to the enemy. I'm not going to give them my blue. You don't do that. No. You fight for that dragon. That is yours. That is your property. You own it. It has your name on it. And you tease someone at dragon, you fuck them up. Like I said, see anybody at my buffs as a jungler. I'm playing Big Bully Nautilus. Playing Rammus. You ain't doing that to me. You ain't doing that to me, man. I'm just saying. So, people, please ward. Please. This is a service announcement. Ward, guys. Because warding will save your life. And people who say buying a ward is stupid and a support job only, got one thing to say to you guys. Uninstall the game, please. Either uninstall or learn the power of warding, because I started the game back out in April. Just like, I know it's not that long ago. And I'm not the best player. I'm not the best player, but I used to think that warding was stupid too. I'm like, why would I ward? Like, why would I waste my money on a ward? You know? But as I've learned more about the game is not about just kill, kill, kill. The game is a very strategic game when you come down to it. In warding key areas, you get vision on the map. Yeah, when you know what people are doing constantly, you control the game pretty much. Cause you if you control the map, you control the game. Like when you know someone's by themselves and the rest of the team like top lane and the ADC down bot by himself, that's when you go down there and you kick his ass because he shouldn't be by himself. The support should be there with him somewhere. But I mean, you catch people off guard, you go kill them. You know that helps your team out. And so I wish I had a 25-minute rant because that was when it had just happened. I was so pissed off, but I don't. So it's fine. This video is gonna be shorter anyway, so that makes everything better. But guys, please just ward. Warding will save you guys so much trouble, so much pain, and that's all I have to say. Just please don't be toxic and get mad about getting ganked when you could have brought a ward and saved your life. Please just don't do that because that type of stuff irritates me really badly. So just ward. You'll be okay. Wards win games. Warding does win games. I'm not gonna lie, it does. And a support's main job is to ward. But if you're a support and everyone's telling you to ward more and you know you've been warding nice, you tell them to buy a ward. Tell them if you're struggling as a support to buy a ward, because sometimes it happens when you have no money to buy. Well, you can't buy anything. Tell your team to help buy wards because your team warding is a team job. It's not just a support role. It's a team based job to do because warding gives you control over the map. And a map, by my recognition, the whole team's on the map by my recognition. So map control. If you guys see your support not warding people, put a couple ward down. Especially the ADC. ADC, there is no excuse for you not to buy a ward. With all that CS you got, all that farm, you can buy a ward. You can buy a couple wards. Because like when I play down by another ADC and we're doing decently fine and I just happen to be the frick out of back out while my support hold the lane, I will buy a couple wards because by then, that's like 10 minutes in the game. Her wards are probably all up. I will buy a couple wards for her because I don't want her to back out to buy a ward and come back. Like, it's stupid. When I can do it, it's no point when I can do that myself. Like, so, I'm gonna stop, Brandon. Cause I would keep going with this. I'll do a 25-minute video, but I don't want to make it that long. But just understand, guys. Wording is very important. That's all I can say.